What is going on, YouTube? Welcome everybody to Coda's Cove, the inaugural episode of Coda's Cove, where we're going to give you all your reviews and news about video games, movies, and occasional sports talk when this pandemic lets up and we can get some more normal sports interaction. First video we're going to be doing today is kind of a quick review and a wish list for NBA2k21. Now, as many of you know, this last NBA 2K, I'm just going to put it nicely, hot garbage. I absolutely hated this 2K. The game was dead about a month and a half after release, so you all know the struggles and the pain we went through with this game. So with this wish list here, I'm going to try to give you the best things I think can go in the game to make the next 2K21 the best 2K21. First things first are going to be some of our more obvious needs. I know we need new parks, new affiliations, what everybody's been wanting, and they've already announced that they're going to be doing new parks for NBA 2K21, so that's a promising look. The other thing I have here is for you quick game players and your My League people. I think they really need to do a better job of looking at game footage and adjusting players' overalls to how well they've been playing. As you can see, I'm wearing a Bulls jersey. Got my boy Zach LaVine on right here. Zach LaVine's one of my favorite players. This dude was balling out this year. Top 15 in scoring for the second year. All-star snub, by the way, him and Bradley Beal both. But he's only 85 overall. That is just blasphemy. He deserves to be around the 86 to 88 range, more on the 88 range the way he's been playing. Alright, now what I'm going to be talking about are some of the ones that I personally want in 2K21 and what I see in the community wanting. The first thing I have here is a better badge system. Now, the badge system they put in this NBA 2K, I love the idea of. It was a great way to choose what type of badges you wanted your player. If you knew you were going to play a certain team in Pro-Am for a comp league, you can switch badges accordingly. For big men, some of them want to get bruisers, some of them want to have some more shooting badges on, so I thought that was great. The implementation of it, though, I thought was a little lackluster. For one thing, Intimidator and some of these badges in this game are completely overpowered. Intimidator, you'll have a center running behind you from the free throw line. You go up to do a dunk. Next thing you know, with Intimidator Rim Protector, he's coming up behind you, not even close to blocking your shot or contesting it, and you end up missing an easy dunk or layup because it says you were 50% covered. That's garbage. Another one that needs to be fixed severely, I'm trying to think, I just lost my train of thought on it, was... Alright, we're gonna definitely have to edit this part out. My goodness, what was the badge? The other badge, holy cow, I'm blanking. Contact Finisher. Contact Finisher Hall of Fame was very OP, especially with slashing in this game. Anybody could have Contact Finisher. You do a reverse dunk, most of the times you're not going to miss that dunk no matter how good the contest is. Next thing I have on here is, personally, I don't want a shot meter anymore for NBA 2K. This year in 2K they implemented you will get a boost if you don't have a shot meter. Well, if you're playing Comp Pro-Am, anybody who's decent at the game, they're not using a shot meter to get that boost. So what's the point of having a shot meter if nobody's going to use it? And also, from the photos that we saw from the leaked 2K21, that shot meter looked pretty horrible, if we're going to be honest. I think that's the worst looking one I've seen in a few years. Next thing on my list is going to be about shooters. I'm tired of seeing these paint beasts and glass cleaners being able to green threes on top of the key. I think 2K has got to figure out a way to balance shooting out. They cater to the casuals a lot, which I understand. You want to keep them involved in the game, keep them having fun, but the big men shooting threes, consistently greening from the corner, top of the key, with no shooting in their build, that's gotta go. You gotta be able to have some sort of shooting in your build to consistently green. And I like the idea of what Mike Wang said. They're talking about making green releases only jumpers to go in. For a competitive scene, I think that's beautiful. That shows that the best players are going to be good. It creates a skill gap, what we've been wanting in 2K, and I think it's just overall good for the community. The next thing, the community.
Oh, for the community.
Next thing is on the list is lockdowns and point guards need to be nerfed. The biggest problem with 2K, the last two 2Ks, are lockdowns are completely OP. We got a bunch of lockdowns out here shooting like they're Ray Allen, dunking like they're Vince Carter in his prime. It's just they gotta figure out a way to balance it. And likewise with point guards, if you make a point guard scoring machine, they offer more badges for a point guard scoring machine. There's no need for that. If you make a shooting guard, you should be able to have the same badges as a point guard, maybe a little bit less on the ball handling, because yes, I know point guards are responsible for handling the ball. They have the best handles on the team. There's got to be a way to balance those two out, and I think what that's also going to help is 2K's been kind of stale, like watching in the E-League or watching some of these comp teams on Twitch. It's very hard to stay engaged in the game because it's only the point guards and the centers that are doing anything, and most times teams have 3, 4, even sometimes 5 defensive builds, and we have got to make an adjustment to that to make it a more fun game to play, because honestly it's just boring to watch. With that being said, I'd also like to see 2K do something to make being a big center a plus. A lot of times this year everybody went small ball. It's not fun really playing against a 6'10 center. It's kind of ugly to watch, to be honest. It's kind of ugly to play with. I understand the speed boost for the smaller centers and a little bit better shooting, but 2K needs to implement something to where a plus to be a big man again, whether that be actually making strength a actual thing in the game. You have strength rating, but what all does it really do? There's not a big difference between it. The next thing I have has to go with nerfing the point guards. We need to punish the point guards again for over dribbling the ball in 2K. As you all know, you got your point guards sitting here just spamming the same dribble moves over and 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 over again, until you end up getting your ankle breaker animation. The defender falls into the screen. You finally get the screen animation so you can get open, shoot a 3, drive, kick, do whatever. That needs to change, as well as locks overreaching. So like again, that balancing at each other out, your yin to your yang. If somebody's gonna overreach on defense, automatic foul, or they get burned and they cannot recover. You know, Mark Jackson used to say, you reach, I teach. Let's bring that back into the game. Next thing is a big one for this 2K, and this always seems to switch up between the 2Ks. Slashing this year was the most overpowered build you can make for somebody. You could be a shooter. If you got slashing takeover, you are going to dunk on somebody. You're going to get all these contact animations. You're going to finish. It was ridiculous. Beginning of the year, it seemed like shot creating was overpowered. I know, because I always made a shot creator, and then, you know, Mike Wayne's over here playing with the sliders on everything. Shot creators became absolutely useless this year. So therefore, I think slashing, they just gotta tweak it out and balance it a little bit, make it more even across the boards. Next is this one's gonna make me angry, folks. This is for your My League gameplay, your quick gameplay, or you know, you just want to play your friends one-on-one, whatever. My career gameplay as well. AI defense IQ is absolutely atrocious. Oh my goodness, I was playing a My League game today, and the amount of times I score a bucket, somebody else just throws a ball in, all my guys are celebrating like we just won the championship in 7 games. Just drives by, sideline, cuts in, baseline, dunk, easy corner 3 ball, and ones all day long. I'm surprised my neighbor downstairs hasn't come up and beat on my door to yell at me, because it makes me furious. Mike Wayne, 2K, please listen. I need you guys to make the defensive IQ for these AI players actual basketball. There should be no reason that 1-on-2 fast break, 2 defenders guarding. I have the guy whose man it is, like point guard coming up top. The guy who's guarding somebody at half court who hasn't even crossed, runs past me, runs past the dude, leaving him wide open for a layup. In a real basketball situation, that point guard or whoever's up top takes ball, and if nobody else is coming, the back guy's gonna sag in the paint because he gets by. That's his help defense. Help defense in this game is atrocious. You either have to put your help setting all the way up, which then you got random people leaving from the corners if you're playing a zone to guard somebody up top that's already guarded, wide open, green, all day long. It's so frustrating. Even got to the point that Kevin Durant was talking about it. If you got superstars talking about how bad the AI is on defense, we have a problem. Next thing, this kind of goes back to what the community was talking about in the previous 2Ks they missed, was making separate menus for game modes. Like now we have the neighborhood and everything. It was cool at first, and then this year 2K just put no effort into making a new neighborhood. And did you notice park games are completely dead? There is nobody playing park. If you're remotely close to having like an elite status in the park, people are ducking you left and right. End up taking an hour just to play one game to 21. What I think needs to go in are menus. When we used to have menus, who's gonna pick to go play to the park? People that actually want to play. Nobody's gonna be walking around just jiving around the neighborhood trying to get new haircuts or anything like that. No, they're going to the park to actually play games. So Another thing I want to see happen, but I know it's not because it's a huge money thing for 2K, is get rid of the boost stand. The boost stand, I think, for years I've complained about this since it's been in 2K. It's cheating to me, basically. And the only way you could play comp games or competitive scenes, anything with your My Player, you have to buy boost. It gives you the plus to all your attributes, yada yada yada. I'm sorry, you made a build that you didn't want to shoot because you want to be a better rebounder. You shouldn't go ahead and, never mind, we'll give you a participation trophy and give you all the shooting you want because of the boost. I know you're not going to do it, 2K. We know you're not going to do it. It's a huge money grab. Spend 20,000 VC for boost for a couple games. But there's one thing you can do to fix that. Let us choose when we want to use the boost. I don't want to buy boost to be using it in some worthless My Career game. Difficulties on rookie, and I'm playing like 5-minute course. It's a waste of boost. That's a waste of money in my pocket. It's not a smart business decision. Let us be able to choose when we want. Say, have a menu. Say something like, when would you like to apply your boost games? You can choose between My Career, Park and Pro-Am, or you can just put it to Pro-Am. Just something so we don't have to sit here and fork out $20, $30, $40 every few weeks for VC to try and get our players a little bit better so we have a competitive edge over other comp teams. And then a couple of the main things people are wanting, better pie charts. We've got to have better pie charts, 2K. You keep limiting us to what we can build. It's not like 2K16. 2K16, I love the way you could build your My Player. You got to put stats in exactly what you want. You want to be a better shooter? Okay, you put it up in shooting. You want to be a better finisher? Put it up for finisher. That's fine and dandy. Make us make our player, 2K. We want to make our build, our players. We want to make superstars. These guys really aren't superstars. They may shoot like superstars and all that, but it's all relatively, everybody's making the same build. Point guards, offensive threat. All right, cool. Now you got a perimeter lockdown. Everybody's got the same stuff. I want to see more variety in the next 2K. Make it unique. That makes the game fun. That makes people want to play more. Makes people want to build more builds instead of just everybody building maybe 5 builds, but they're all relatively the same builds, just different positions. And the other thing I think has been holding 2K back here a little lately, Takeover, I think, has gotten a little ridiculous. We have got, personally, I think take out Takeover, and 2K's in a better place, but I don't think that's the route they're probably going to go, so I understand them not doing it, but honestly, the Takeover is just ridiculous. Some of them are completely worthless. Shot creating, like I said earlier, worthless. The playmaking Takeover is OP. All you gotta do, again, spam the same dribble moves, you know? Oh, ankle broken. So we got to figure something out. And a defensive lock badge, if they get that Takeover for the lock, it's GG's, bro. Like, might as well just hit the options button and quit, because your player's getting locked up, your point guard's getting ripped. It's off to the races for the other team. It's just not fun. So everybody, that was my video on my wish list for what I want for 2K21. Let's make 2K great again. Favorite sports game. They really messed this one up, just to put it nicely, folks. Like I said, it was hot garbage, and they have definitely got to come back. I'm hopeful with this PS5 release that they spent all their resources working on that. And I think we're in for a surprise for how good this 2K could be, but you never know, folks. Thanks again for joining me on Coda's Cove. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit that bell. Get the notification of my next video. I plan on doing a review of Ghost of Tsushima, so you won't want to miss that. Thanks